in the previous lecture, we have discussed about the logic circuit for a half adder, full adder, half subtractor, and the full subtractor. Now, in this circuit, we can add only a 2-bit, or we can subtract only a 2-bit. But if one binary number is of a 4-bit, then how we can have a kind of a addition and the subtraction. So that thing we are going to discuss in this video lecture. So suppose we have a one binary number, that is 1, 0, 1, 1. This is a 4-bit binary number is there, A, and the B is 0, 0, 1, 1. Then here if you want to perform, what is the A plus B? Same way, here, if you have this number A, that is 1, 0, 1, 1, and another number is B, 0, 0, 1, 1. And here you want to perform what is the A minus B. So what will be the logic circuit for the 4-bit binary addition and the 4-bit binary subtraction? Here if you see that A minus B is nothing but it is also called A plus minus B. Means the subtraction is also a kind of a addition, where we have to take the addition of one of the positive number and whatever the negative number is there, for that we are finding a 2's complement. So basically if we have a adder circuit, then we can perform the addition as well as the subtraction. Only thing is that in the subtraction we have to generate a 2's complement number, and the adder circuit will be a common for the addition and subtraction. In a microprocessor also, whatever the ALU is there, ALU means it is called a arithmetic logic unit. There is no separate circuit for the adder and for the addition and the subtraction. Whenever the subtraction has to take place, then the processor will generate a 2's complement number and then it will take the addition. So here we have a common hardware for a addition and the subtraction of a 4-bit binary number. So that thing we are going to discuss in this lecture. But before that, how we can perform the subtraction using the 2's complement, and for that how we can generate a 2's complement binary number, that we will discuss. So we know that the 2's complement number is nothing but we have to take the 1's complement, and in 1's complement we add a 1. So that will give you a 2's complement number. 2's complement number is used for a representing a negative binary number. Now, what is 1's complement? How we can generate the 1's complement? So 1's complement means we have to complement each and every bit of the number. So suppose we have number A, and that is say 1, 0, 1, 1 is there. So if I want to take the complement, 1's complement, then every bit has to be a complemented. So this one will be a 0, 0 is replaced by 1, 1 is replaced by 0, and 0. So this is a 1's complement number. And this one for a 1's complement number, for generating a 1's complement number, we can use a simply a NOT gate. So here we have a kind of this NOT gate, like this, 1, second NOT gate, because we have a 4-bit binary number, so we require a 4 NOT gate. So if this number is A0, A1, A2, A3. Then here you will get A0 bar, A1 bar, A2 bar, and A3 bar is there. So this is simple hardware for generating a ones complement number. Now for the twos complement, whatever the output is there, in this output, if we add 1 using a adder circuit, full adder circuit, then it will give you a twos complement number. Correct? But the thing is that we want a hardware which will add the two binary number and subtract the two binary number. Now whenever you require the addition, then you don't have to take the complement of this. Only the complement is required whenever the subtraction is there. So here you must have a kind of a hardware that for the addition, the bit is not going to be complemented, and for the subtraction, the bit is going to be complemented. And for that you require a kind of a circuit which is known as a controlled inverter. Controlled inverter. Controlled inverter means whenever you want to complement the number, you can do it. If you do not want, then it will not complement the number. So in this controlled inverter, you can make it with the help of a exclusive OR gate. The exclusive OR gate has a kind of a property, this kind of a property. What is the exclusive OR gate? That it has a two inputs, A and B input is there, and Y is the output. Now already you know the property of the exclusive OR gate, that A is going to be exclusive OR with the 0. Then you will get A. So here the complement will not take place. So, and if A is exclusive OR with 1, then we have A bar. So your bit is going to be complemented. So we can use this property of the exclusive OR gate for generating a complement, ones complement number. So here when this B, remember, when this B is equal to 0, then the Y is always A. So whatever the input you are applying, the same output will be there, the gate is going to be transparent. So this will be useful for the addition. But if this B input is high, then the Y is going to be A bar. It is going to be complemented. So here if we use a 4 exclusive OR gate, then the B can complement the 4-bit binary number. So let us see that circuit. Here you can see that one of the input is there, another input, and this is the output. Now for the 4-bit, means the 1 bit, 2nd bit, 3rd bit, and the 4th bit. So we require the 4 exclusive OR gate. You can see the 4 exclusive OR gate is there, and my one of the number here, I am applying a LSB, that is a A0, A1, A2, and A3. Now whatever the second input of the exclusive OR gate is there, this second input we are connecting together like this, and this input either you can apply to a 1 or you can apply to 0. 0. Correct? So, whenever this is connected to 0, so here this will be 0, this is 0, this is 0, and this one is 0. So, in the output, here A0 exclusive orbit 0 will be A0. A1 exclusive orbit 0 will be A1. Here it will be A2. And this output will be A3. So, whenever you can say this is, let us say, M. M is equal to 0. Whatever the binary input is there, same binary output will be present. So, here if it is a 1, 0, 1, 1, then this is going to be noted 0. Here this is going to be noted, this will be 1, and here you will get a 0. Sorry, here it's my mistake. This one of the input is connected to 0, so the number is not going to be inverted, and the same number is going to be present here. 1, 1, 0, and 1 will be there. But when this switch is connected to a high level, why? It is connected to high level, so here we have 1, 1, 1, and 1. Now you can see 1, 1 input, so output is going to be 0. Again this 1, 1 input is 0. 0, 1 input will be a 1, and again 1, 1 input, it is 0. So here it is going to be inverted. So when this switch is n is equal to 1, when it is connected to a high level, your binary number is going to be complemented. This is known as a control inverter circuit. So what is control? Here when you are placing n is equal to 0, you will not get the complement. But when it is n is equal to 1, the binary number is going to be a complemented. Right? Now let us see a complete circuit diagram for the adder and the subtractor. But before that again, remember, here we are going to add the bit by bit addition. Bit by bit addition is there. So here we have a 4-bit binary number, so we require the 4-fold adder circuit. For the addition, we require the adder circuit, that is a full adder circuit. This full adder circuit has a 3 inputs, remember, that is a input, B input, and third one is the carry input. And it has 2 outputs, one is called a sum and another is known as carry out. So if you are going to add a LSB of the binary number, then the A0, B0 will be the input for this, and the carry is going to be a C0. So here this kind of the 4-pole adder circuit we will use for the 4-bit binary addition. Okay. Now let us see the circuit diagram. So there are 4-pole adder circuit. Here remember what we want. We want a addition of 2 binary numbers. That one of the binary number is, okay. So here we have a logic diagram for the adder and the subtractor circuit. Here actually what we want the addition of these 2 numbers. One of my number is A0, A1, A2 and A3. It is going to be added with a B3, B2, B1 and B0. This is a 4-bit binary number. Now here we try to understand. For the addition of A0 and B0, we require a adder circuit. Correct? And this adder circuit will generate the sum S0 and then it will generate this carry C1. So that part you can see here. A0 is input, A0 is input, B0 is also input through a control inverter, and the S0, that is the sum, and the C1 carry is generated. So here we have a addition of A0 and B0. Correct? Okay. Now in the second adder, we have a addition of A1, B1 and C1. So this is A1, B1, B1 is given through a control inverter and it is generating a sum S1, and here the carry C2 will be there. So this sum will be S1 and the carry C2 is there. This carry C2 is the input for the third full adder circuit, where we have addition of A2 and B2, generate this sum S2 and generate this carry C3. So the C2 is going to be added with A2 and B2, will generate the sum S2 and also generate this carry C3. Here again there is addition of C3, A3 and B3. So in final adder circuit, A3 is there, B3 is there, and C3 is the input for the full adder, and it is generating the sum S3 and the final carry is C0. So this sum S3 will be there, and here the final carry C0 is going to be produced. So this C0 is useful if you want a kind of a 8-bit addition. Correct? So here you can see that for the addition of A0, B0, the first full adder circuit is there. Then for this addition, the second full adder circuit is there. For the third one, we have this full adder circuit, and the fourth one, this full adder circuit is there. Okay. Now when you want to perform a addition, then the control inverter, this control inverter has to be connected to a 0, means the switch is connected to 0. So this input for the XLG OR gate will be a 0, 0, 0, and here also it is connected to 0. This carry input will be also 0. Now let us say my number is a 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, means the A is this and the B is a 0, 0, 1, 1. Correct? So here 0, 1, 0, 1, that is this one is 0, 1, 0, 1. And what is B? 0, 0. B is 0, 0, 1 and 1. So here if you look at this input of the XLG OR gate, 1, 0 is there. So it will produce a 1 here. Same way here, 1, 0 is there, this will produce 1. 0, 0 will produce 0. And again 0, 0 will be a 0. So you can see whatever number B is there, this same number is present at the input of the adder circuit. Now, this A1 is 1. So here there is an addition of 1 plus 1 in a full adder circuit, plus the carry input is 0. So 1 plus 1, the sum is going to be 0, and the carry is generated. Again now if you look at this, here for the second full adder circuit, this input is 1. Now this input, A input is 0. So 0 plus 1 will be a 1 and 1 plus 1, this carry input is there. So the sum is going to be 0 and again it generates this carry. Okay, for the third full adder circuit, this input is 0. Now A2 is 1 and this C1 is also 1. So 1 plus 0 will be 1. 1 plus 1, that sum is 0 and the carry will be 1. Here A is 0, B is 0, C is 1. So addition of this is going to be a 1, that is the sum will be 1 and the generated carry is 0. Here also you can see 1 plus 1, sum is 0, carry is there, 1 plus 1, 0, 1 plus 1, 0, and this is going to be a 1. So the same answer we have. So in this way, whenever this M input is connected to 0, then you have the sum S0, S1, S2, S3 like this. Now let us see how we can perform the subtraction. Okay. So for the subtraction, my number again I am taking as a 0, 1, 0, 1 and the B number is a 0, 0, 1, 1. Okay. So in subtraction, I already mentioned that A minus B is nothing but A plus minus B. Means it is A plus 2's complement. 2's complement of B. Correct? And that will give you a subtraction. So here A has to be added with a 2's complement of B. Now how the 2's complement is generated? Let us see. First of all, what is my A? So we write this a 0, 1, 0, 1. What is B? That is 0, 0, 1, 1. Correct? Now the control inverter. For the subtraction, the control inverter has to be connected to a high level. So this input for the XOR gate is going to be 1, 1, 1 and 1. Okay. Now if you look at this, 1, 1 input to the XOR gate will generate the 0. And here also 1, 1, this will generate 0. 0 and 1, the 1 and 0 and 1 is 1. So whatever the number is present here, that 1, 1, 0, 0, it is nothing but it is a 1's complement of the number B. Correct? Here you can see this number 1, 1, 0, 0. So that is a 1's complement of this number B. Now we require the 2's complement. 2's complement means we have to add 1. So how this addition of the 1 is taking place? So whatever my switch M is connected to high level, this switch is also connected to a carry input. So this carry input is 1. So automatically this 1 is going to be added with the 1's complement number and it becomes a 2's complement. Correct? So here Now in this case, what will happen? That A0 is 1. So now if you take the addition, that 1 plus 0 will be 1 and 1 plus 1, this carry input is there. That is due to a 2's complement number. So here the sum 1 plus 1, sum is going to be 0 and this carry is generated will be a 1. Then here for the second full adder circuit, A1 is 0. So we have 0 plus 0 plus 1. So the sum will be 1 and the carry is 0. Again, the 1 plus 1 plus 0. So the sum will be 0 and it is generating this carry. And here this input is 0, 0 plus 1 plus 1 and that sum is 0 and generate this carry. So what is that number? Here we got this number as a 0, 0, 1, 0. So this number, this, and here whatever the carry is generated, so this carry we have to ignore. Already you know in 2's complement arithmetic, the final carry has to be ignored. Correct? So this is, so here if it is 0 or 1, but it has to be ignored and your final answer is of this 4 bit. So here 101 is nothing but 5 and 11 is nothing but 3 and this answer is nothing but it is 2. Or rather than you can say it is a plus 2. Okay? So here you can see the same circuit, whatever the adder circuit is there, using a full adder we can also have a subtraction. That is the advantage of this adder subtractor circuit. Now if you want, remember, suppose you want a 8-bit addition and subtraction, then the same block you have to use for the another 4-bit. Correct? You can say this is a addition, this will give you the addition of a lower byte and the same block will give you the addition of a upper byte. Your circuit will be like this. You can see the two different circuits is there. Correct? Now I am going to combine this. So this will give you the addition of a lower byte. And this will give you the addition of a upper byte. What kind of the modification you require? That this number are A0, A1, A2, A3. Now this number will be A4, A5, A6 and A7. Same way B0, B1, B2, B3 is there. Then we have B4, B5, B6 and B7. This sum is S0, S1, S2, S3. Now this will be S4, S5, S6 and S7. And the output of this carry is input for this. And whatever the control inputs are there, it is also connected to this. Here we have carry C0, C1, C2, C3 will be there then this will be a C4, C5, C6. So if you have this number like A0, A1, A2, A3, A0, A1, A2, A3. This is my lower byte of this binary number. Then A4, A5, A6 and A7. Then you want to take the addition with B7, B6, B5, B4, B3, B2, B1, B0. And here, this will generate the sum S7, S6, S5, S4, S3, S2, S1 and S0. So this is known as a 8-bit adder circuit. 8-bit adder circuit. Okay. Here, whatever the 4-bit is there, in 4-bit, in this 4-bit, we have a 4 full adder circuit. Remember. And for that this IC is available, which is a 7483. The TTL IC is available 7483, where we have a 4-bit binary number and the 4 full adder circuits are there. So if you want a 16-bit addition, then you require a 4 IC and you can add in this manner. Okay. So this is how we can have a addition of a 8-bit or the 4-bit binary number. The advantage is there that same hardware is useful for the subtraction of the two binary numbers.